Good afternoon, everyone. It's Mr. Montgomery again with another math video. Woo! So, the past couple days, we've been doing a lot of different kinds of stories about subtraction, and they've been worded differently. Like, we learned stories about finding the difference. That was one. And what if things were taken away in the story? That was another kind. So let's practice a couple because right now we're going to make sure we can do and solve any story that they tell us. I know it sounds a little scary, but I'm sure you guys can handle this no problem because guess what? We always solve them the same way. Always the same way. Nothing changes. Hey, and would you look at this? We're so lucky that this math story just happened to appear right in front of us. So let's figure out this math story. And I'm going to show you how we do all these math stories the same way, even though they might sound different. Okay, so in this math story, we have 7 cats. That's our whole number. Now you don't have to draw or write any of this. We're going to just walk through this one together. And then next one, we'll do that one together. Okay? So in this one, we have 7 cats. And look at all these fancy little cats. And so out of these 7 cats, 2 of them walk away. So let's do the first thing. If this is subtraction, which it is, look, see this little subtraction sign here? That's super important. So with subtraction, we need to put which number first? All right, don't say it out loud. What number do you think we're going to put first? Are we going to put the 7 first or put the 2 first? I'm hoping you're all thinking 7 because that is the big number. The big number always goes first in a subtraction problem. Okay, so there's 7 cats. That's all of our cats. And then 2 of them walk away. Where do you think this 2 goes? Think it goes here? Right there? No, that would be crazy. No, it's the part that we know, so we write it right here in that second line. And there's a few ways we can figure this out. I know some of you like to count on, so let's do the counting on first. So count on, we see this number here, which is 2. And we have to count all the way up to 7 from 2. And while we do that, we're going to make our little circles. So let's tap it and we say number. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now count up 7, so I'm going to stop. And I'm going to see how many dots I drew. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Huh. You know what? But maybe I don't like counting on. Or I feel like this might not be the right answer. Maybe I think the answer maybe not be 5. Let's do another method. Since we have all these cats here, let's use them. So if we have 7 cats like these 7 cats right here, look at all these cats. Just sitting there having a good old time. 7 cats. And then 2 of them walk away. What can I do to this picture of all these cats to make it show that 2 of them went away? Well, what I'm going to do is just draw a line through them. Boop. Boop. And now I just count the cats that are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know what? We still have 5 cats. So 7 minus 2 is 5. And would you look at this? Another math story just popped up for us. How lucky are we? So, let's figure out this math story. This one's going to be a little different, but we're going to solve it the same exact way. So, in this one, we have, let's see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue blocks. And then we have 2 red blocks. And we have to find out the difference. What is the difference? Now you can do this one with me, because this would be really good practice. So I'm going to give you guys a second. Go ahead, draw 5 blocks up top. Okay, now after those 5 blocks up top, draw 2 blocks underneath. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we have to find out which number is bigger, because in subtraction, the bigger number always goes first. So what do you think? You think 5 is bigger? Or do you think 2 is bigger? I hope you all said 5. 5 is the bigger number, so we're going to put that on our number sentence first. So 5. And then minus, what other number? What other number did they tell us that we should put next? We need a part. I hope you're all thinking 2. That sounds right to me, because that is a smaller number, and that's the other number that they told us. So 5 minus 2. And we need to figure out what the difference is between the blue and red blocks. So if you remember what we did, we're going to make friends with the red and blue blocks. So if they're next to each other, they're going to become friends and hold hands. So we're going to draw a line here, because they're holding hands, becoming friends. And this blue block is next to a red block, they're going to be friends. But look at all these. These blue blocks have no friends. So we're going to count the blue blocks that have no friends to hold hands with. Ready? So 1, 2, 3. So the difference is 3 blue blocks. That's how many more blue blocks there are than the red blocks. Now, please open up to the first page on the inside, and I'm going to get that page open as well. Okay, I have the page up, and I'll give you guys another second to open up your workbooklets. Okay, hopefully everyone's open up to the first page, and you should all be looking at number 1. So let's read number 1 together and try to figure this out. Let's see what they're asking. And as we read, we're going to listen for super important facts that they're telling us. And we're going to circle it as we read, because we don't want to forget. 7 children were in the park. You know what? This sounds important, because they're telling us the number already. 7. 7 children were in the park. 5 children went home. You know what? They're telling us another number. Let's circle that. How many children were left? So we have 7 children playing in a park. 5 of these friends decided to go home. Maybe they were too tired. How many children are still playing in the park? So first, let's start writing our number sentence. So what's our big number that they kind of made a dotted line for us? We always put the big number first, which is 7. So let's trace that 7, because that's our big number that they told us. Next, we need the smaller number that they told us, right? Because that is the part that we know in the story. So the 7 is the total, and the 5 is the part that we know. So let's trace this 5. That's our part we know. Now let's figure this one out together by using a couple different ways. So the first way that we like to use is counting on. So we know that there's 5 blocks here, and we have to count all the way up to 7. And when we count, we're going to make little blocks next to it. Ready? So let's tap it and say 5, 5, 6, 7. So I counted 7, so I stop. I look at how many blocks I made. That's 2. So now I'm going to go over here and write this 2. Trace this 2 right here, because that's how many blocks we made. But what if we don't like counting on? We can always do a quick picture. So you can go ahead and do this with me if you like. I'm going to do a quick picture. So I'm going to make 7 circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have 7 circles. And the part that they told us first was that there were 5 children that went home. So what are we going to do with this quick picture? We're going to have to have 5 friends go home by crossing them out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we just count how many friends are left. How many don't have a line through them? So we have 1, and 2. Guess what? This is the same as that. And we also have to fill in this line too. So that way they know we're saying 2 children. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to read you the question, but you're going to do the whole thing on your own. And then we're going to go over it together. Okay, don't forget, as I read, circle all the important information they tell us. So, Daniel sees 4 dogs. Tio sees 1 dog. How many more dogs does Daniel see than Tio? You know what? I don't know. So I'm going to give you guys a second to figure this out. And then we're going to go over it together. So go ahead and work on it. I'll give you a minute. Okay, I think you guys might have figured this one out already. I think this one might be a little easy. So let's read it again, and we're going to make sure we circle all the important information. Danielle sees 4 dogs. Yeah, 4 sounds important. Tio sees 1 dog. That also sounds important. Gonna circle it. How many dogs does Danielle see? How many more dogs does Danielle see than Tio? So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta write the big number here, right? The big number always goes first. So which number is the big number? 1 or 4? I really hope you're all saying 4, because that goes first. That is much bigger than 1. And next we write the smaller number, which is this guy right there, 1. And now, since it gives this really cool picture of these blocks, we can figure this out because they want to know the difference. They want to know what the difference is between Danielle and Tio. So, this green block has a friend with this yellow block. They're holding hands. Now, how many friends don't have a friend to hold hands with? Let's count. 1, 2, and 3. So, 3. Okay. So Danielle sees 3 more dogs than Tio. Huh. Well, that was pretty easy, huh? And see, we do both these problems the same exact way. You're always going to write that big number first, and then you always write that smaller number after that. And that gives you the number that we don't know. All right, so what I would like everyone to do is to go on to the next 2 pages and try those problems on your own. If you get super stuck or confused, you can always come see me. And then when you're finished, please put the papers on my desk so I can check to make sure that you understand what we're doing in math. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.